from something like this to this in Photoshop. So without further ado, let's start. On creating this realistic smoke effect in Photoshop, first thing we are going to do is to unlock the layer. To do that, you just have to click on that key icon and the layer is unlocked. Another thing we have to do is to increase the background layer of the model so that we have enough space to create our smoke wave effects. And to do that, we just have to use the crop tool to increase the size. That is the crop tool. Just have to make sure your context area is checked in, then you drag sideways, drag, then you just hit enter on your keyboard. Just have to wait a little bit for it, and here it is. We have our background increased, but first we have to create a new layer, an empty layer. So after the layer, we have to pick the hand drawn brush. That is our brush tool. Just have to right click, and that is hard brush. You want to make sure the hardness is set at 100%. The size varies based on the size of where you want to paint, so our size may be different from yours, but the hardness must be set at 100%. So we just have to draw the brush stroke. So we go to filter menu. From filter menu, we want to go to blur gallery, then path blur. There is something like an arrow that is supposed to be showing, but if it's not showing on your own, you don't have to bother. You just have to drag this side. Here is the arrow. So you want to drag the arrow. You want to drag the arrow to be shaped around this curve smoke wave we just draw. Yes, you want to make it to curve round. The smoke wave is very easy. Just have to drag and drop. It's very easy to do. Just drag and drop. Just click, you left click, and then you drag the notch to wherever you want to place it. It's usually curve on its own. Just drag and drop. Yes, so the next thing we are going to do now is to increase the speed while playing with this slider. We can increase the speed to the maximum. As you can see, we have basic blur there, but if you are just starting, you may see something like custom, but it does not really matter. But when we start working with the slider, it will change from basic blur to custom. So if you are having different slider, don't just worry, just follow along. If you are having different name on the slider, so you just have to drag the speed down up to the maximum point, or 490%, just like this. Then you want to uncheck the center blur. Now when we look at this part that the smoke is coming from, it's supposed to be a bunch of smoke coming from there, but the way it is now, it doesn't look realistic. So we are going to try to fix it by making the smoke there come out in bulk. So to do that, we are just going to click on the notch of that starting point, You just have to click the notch once. We want to decrease, like want to reduce, want to decrease the endpoint blur. You see how it's becoming realistic. I think 10 pixels is enough. Well, we can take it to 11. So now we want to do the opposite of what we just did to that starting point of the smoke to the end point. The end point is supposed to spread. The smoke on the end point is supposed to spread. So we are going to do the opposite of what we just did to the starting point. And this time around, instead of reducing, we are going to increase. I think this is too much. I think 74 look nice. So you're just going to try to widen the wave of the smoke by clicking any of the notch of the part we want to widen. The part we want to widen, we just have to click the notch and drag either in or out, just like this, to make it look like a realistic smoke. Just have to click the other part and drag in instead of dragging out this time. Then after all this, think we have a perfect smoke now. Just have to click OK. Okay, this is where we arrive. You can actually stop here if you want to, but we have not actually gotten what we need. We need something more realistic than this, so we are still going to do some extra work. We are going to try to repeat what we just did now. Now we are turning off that layer and creating a new layer to create another smoke just like what we just did now, to make it appear double. We just pick our brush. Remember, hand drag brush. We want to draw something as curved as possible, just like a smoke. And now you know the next filter. Yes, filter menu. Then blur gallery, part blur. You know what to do next? Yes. So we have this arrow. We just want to make it to align with the brush stroke that we've drew by clicking and fixing the notch on the part. The shape is perfect, so we are going to increase the speed next. So I think we should do 500. Yeah, 500 is enough. It's very good. So we unchecked again. Yeah, this is a very nice bunch of smoke. So we are going to increase that part. Yeah, I love the way it's spread, but let's just decrease a bit. Okay. Okay, now you already know what we are going to do. We are going to try to work with both of them to make up something good. They looks too much, but it's kind of working well, but they looks too much. So we are going to use the both of them to work with one of the layer, that is with one of the smoke, either the first one or the second one we did. think we should work with this by cleaning this part. So we are going to click on the layer, and the next thing we are going to do is create a mask by clicking this. You just have to click this add layer mask. Yes, now you want to make sure that you have black. Checking black is to clean, as you can see, then white is to bring back what you've cleaned. But now it's set on hard round brush. We don't need hard round brush to clean this kind of smoke. We need a soft round brush, so we are going to change to a soft round brush. But you have to remember that white bring back what you've cleaned, but black clean whatsoever thing you want to clean. White bring back whatever you've cleaned. That is the concept of layer marks. So we are choosing a soft round brush. Remember, just right click while choosing the brush. Now you have to make sure that your flow and opacity is set at 100 and your hardness is set at 0. So you just have to make sure that you are also on black. You can press X on your keyboard to toggle between white and black. Just press X, it will switch to either white or black. Yes. Now we have black on soft round brush. Sorry, that is hard round. So we are picking a soft round now. Then look at how soft it is by painting. You can see the difference compared to the previous hard round brush. Look at how soft it is painting. Now let's turn on the other layer. Yes, this is looking perfect. Look at it. I think we can still fix some parts. Yeah, let us clean there a little bit. What we are going to do now is that we are going to reduce the opacity to make it blend in very well. Yeah, I think 70. Let's use 83. Or yeah, 83 is okay. I think that looks good. Yeah, the next thing we are going to do is click on the top layer, and then you hold shift or option key on your keyboard and you click on the second layer of the smoke layer. You just have to hold shift key or you hold option if you are using Mac, and then you have to group. That Control G or Command G if you are using Mac to group, or you can just click here to group. That is create a new group. Yeah, now we have a group. Now this is before this. Yeah, this is before the smoke, before we create this smoke. Now this after the smoke. You can see how realistic it is. So if today is your first time, if this is your first time coming across our channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you. And remember to turn off the notification button and like and share. If you have any question, don't forget to ask us. Have a nice day.